Folks, it is Kevin here in Japan, and for those of you who watch my videos, you know that I am a teacher. For those of you who do not watch my videos, you have no idea who the hell I am. Okay, but for those of you who know I am, and those of you who are getting to know me, I am a teacher. For a long time I taught at a private international school. At the moment, I'm teaching in a Japanese public school as an assistant language teacher, something I will only be doing for not a lot longer. We'll just say that. But basically today I had a pretty cool moment as a teacher. These moments when you can convince a student to overcome a barrier and do something new that they didn't think they could do. There's a term in Japanese, hazakashi. Hazakashi kind of means like shame or embarrassment, and a lot of students in Japan, not just children, but adults too, study English for a long time, and they're very embarrassed to try to use it. So a common thing in Japan is that language learners, adults, high school students, junior high school students, often can read well. They can write well, but they're too scared to speak Japanese because they're embarrassed. They're worried that they will make a mistake, and it's better to not speak than open your mouth and make a mistake in their minds. So we were doing, this was with Ichinensei in a chugakko, so that's the first grade in a junior high school. So that'd be like grade 7 in America or Canada. And the students had to, basically it was like they said a recitation test. They had to recite, memorize, a memorization test. And there were 3 options. Option 1, to get an A, they had to recite, I think it was 82 words from Alice in Wonderland. They had to memorize it and then recite it to me. And if they could do it, even if they made a mistake or two, that's okay. I would sign off, and they got the A. Option 2, they had a print, or a print as I say, a worksheet, a piece of paper that had that same passage but with a lot of the words missing. And if they could read that to me properly, remembering the missing words, they would get a B. And then there was the third option, which is kind of the option for the kids who, you know, there's a few things, like the kids who find English challenging, the kids who are lazy, or the kids who are very shy. They could just read the passage to me, and if they read it to me, they would get a C. So I did this test with several classes today. Myself and the Japanese language teacher, the Japanese English teacher, we would each take about 20 students. The class, normally about 40 kids in a class, and she'd take 20 and then I'd take 20, and we'd go through this. In the last class I had today, several of the kids just wanted to read to me. They didn't want to try to recite it. You know, and I looked in their textbooks, and it was obvious like they'd made lots of notes and pronunciation, kind of writing it phonetically in hiragana and this and that they had studied it, or like, you know, what the pronunciation of the English words were. It's clear that they had studied. They just wanted to read it. They didn't want to try to recite it to me, the memorized version. So instead of getting the possibility of getting an A, and even if they made a few mistakes, I still, you know, I still would have given it to them if they knew most of it. But so there was about 4 or 5 kids, 5 or 6 kids, who just said, "I'm just going to read it," and they read it, and I signed off on it, and I said on their sheet like, "Okay, you did it. Good job, dekida, you did it." But then I came back later on, and I was able to convince them. I was like, "Come on, try it. Just try it. You can do it. I know you can do it. Just give it a try. Give it a try." And I was able to actually encourage 5 or 6 kids who only wanted to read it to actually recite it from memory, and every one of them did it. Every one of them did it. And I was so happy, and I was like, "Great job, guys. That's, you know what? Like, you did it. That's so awesome. You thought you didn't think you could do it, and you proved yourself wrong. You proved that you could do it." And that was a great teaching moment for me today, because the look on the face of those kids when they could do it, and then I gave them that, you know, encouragement and the high five and all that stuff, man, it just made for a great day. Great day as a teacher. So there you go, guys. Kevin in Japan, talking about a small victory, but it's the small victories that make us teachers happy. Alright guys, take care, and check out the links below.